Hi,
Hey,
I'm Sheila,
I'm Jennifer.
and we're back for video number 3. So now that we have gotten to this point, we've either come to your house or we've only had communication over the phone, but we have certainly shared with you all the reasons you want to hire us. And now you're either going to get an email or we'll have brought it to you. If you received the email, inside it there's going to be a few forms that are required, by the state that you have to sign. But we also include this one, Let's Get Acquainted. And this is where we just get to learn more things about you. There's some things we probably have already discussed that we know about, but then there's some other little nuggets.
Some fun stuff.
Yeah, that we want to know about you. Like, what's your favorite restaurant? What's your favorite coffee shop? What's your favorite food to eat locally when you go out? Or just things like that, or your favorite activity close to where you live. So just little fun things that as we build our relationship, which is what matters most to us, really, we'll get to learn about each other.
Absolutely. And so you're gonna get that, and then we'll just go ahead and go right into the paperwork that you're gonna get for listing. Because obviously if you've gotten to this video, you're using us and
You're a smart person.
we're good to go. We're good to go. So the first thing that you're going to do, the state of Alabama requires us, we call it the RECAD, but the real name is Real Estate Brokerage Services Disclosure. This is not a contract. This is informational, but they want you to know how you can be represented by a real estate agent. There are 3 ways. There is a single agency, which means you represent the seller or you represent the buyer. There is dual agency, which means you represent the seller and the buyer. Or there's just a transaction facilitator, which we lovingly say a paper pusher. We're just gonna start it from the offer and move the paperwork and get you to closing with no extra fluff, okay?
No fluff.
No fluff. There's no extra fluff. Now, if you want the fluff, you go into the single agency, which is what you are today. So anyway, you're going to go through, this is going to tell you what our obligations are to you, what your obligations are to us. Just to give you more of a little breakdown, just super quick, there are really 4 things about the transaction facilitator. We're going to provide information about the properties. We're going to show a buyer a property. We're going to assist in the written offer, and we're going to provide information on financing. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So, anyway, this is how you can be represented, and you will just sign the back page of it to say you understand it. It's been gone over with you. The second thing we have to do is they also require that we tell you how well real estate can represent you.
Yeah.
Same 3 items. Everything is the same, just on a different form. And so again, you just have to sign it to say, hey, yeah, they did go over that with me. Easy peasy.
Yeah. And then the next thing you're going to do in the paperwork, since you've decided to list with us, is going to be it's called the exclusive right to sell. In it, it's about 4 pages long. It's pretty simple. The main reason we like to go over these things with you, just so you know, is we use a program called dotloop. So you're going to get a lot of things digitally through email on your computer or phone, and we just think it's important that you know what you're signing.
Oh, yeah.
So this is just saying that we are working together, and you are listing this property, and you're listing it for so many days. It will outline exactly what our fee is in order to sell your property for you. And it will also tell you, yes, our compensation. It will tell you what that you're good. If Wow Real Estate brings the buyer, we would then become dual agents.
And I'll go over that.
Which Jennifer did mention in the other form, but and also it just establishes loyalty. So basically that's it. It has a beginning, an end, a price, what we charge, and the duties of each side of that. So the other thing you're going to get is an estimate. It's an estimate of a net sheet. So this is what your net proceeds would be as the seller. The listing, when we send this to you, it will be for the listing. So whatever we price your house at is going to be taken from that number. As offers come in, that number will change, and we will update it and send you another one. It includes your seller fee for us. The buyer's agent is going to ask you to pay their fee. It's going to end up including that,
Right.
along with you know, the things we work out in the contract. Who's paying title? Who's paying for termite? You guys will probably pay for the deed transfer, but those things. But it just gives you an idea of the cost to sell your home.
Yeah, and of course with that, you would take the number that we give you. We don't know what your mortgage payoff is, so your mortgage payoff would come out of that number too.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are really, really quick. 1-day authorization code. Our lock boxes have a little keypad on the front, and if somebody shows it from, say, you're in Florence and they're in Huntsville, and they can't get into our lock boxes, or we've got an appraiser or a home inspector or something that does not have lockbox privileges, it just says, hey, you're okay with that. We're going to communicate with you who it is and when they're coming. Dual agency. We talked about that. If we have the seller, you, and the buyer, at that point you would become a dual agent. You have to sign it and agree, and the buyer has to sign it and agree. Same form. You both get the same form. It just says that, hey, we understand that our agent says the seller have both sides. The next thing, if your house is older than 1978, if it's newer than 1978, you can just, I don't know, go get you a drink of water. Yeah, do something. This is just a disclosure that if it is older than 1978, that you are going to have lead-based paint. It could be under 12 coats of paint, but it's probably in there somewhere. And it just says, hey, I know it probably has it, but I don't know for sure, and I don't know where it is. Unless you do know, then you need to let us know as well. And then this one is just, it only applies if you're in an HOA. It's just a community association form, and it just tells a little bit about the HOA. And if you're in a community that there is an HOA, then the seller will give the information, sign it. We'll give it to the buyer. The buyer will read over it, and they'll sign it. So it's pretty easy.
Yeah, so that's a wrap. That's a wrap on paperwork.
It's a wrap.
So the next video is probably going to start talking about we have an offer.
Yay!
Yeah. All right.
Bye, guys.